Alright, good morning. Welcome to my first video blog entry. So I have a celebrity story I'm going to share with you, and it's actually a very old one, but it was just brought to mind recently, courtesy of MySpace. Some people love it, some people hate it. I get a huge kick out of people I forgot that I knew that I loved from past lives. And let's see here. How do we start? Right. Remember Adam and the Ants? Yeah. So at one point in the 80s, when Adam decided to redo his image, and he fired all his ants, and they went their separate ways. And shortly thereafter, I started working in a record shop called Licorice Pizza. For those you kids out there, licorice, black, pizza, record, vinyl, yeah. And that was a very hip, cool place to work. So I was best job I ever had in my life. Just worked with very cool people, and we all became friends. We all partied together, and it was funny. The manager, a woman named Carol, was not the nicest, friendliest person, but she was all right, and she was hardly ever there. The assistant manager, however, was the coolest guy in the universe. His name was Terry Lee. He was English. He lived in Costa Mesa, was an assistant manager at a record store. Whatever, cool guy. So we used to work together quite a bit, and he happened to notice that every single day I wore a different Duran Duran t-shirt, because I had an entire collection. If it said Duran Duran on it, I owned it. I have wristbands. So one day he commented, and he said, yeah, I noticed you wear a lot of Duran Duran t-shirts. Are you a fan? And of course my response was, I mean, what kind of question is that? I mean, yeah. To which he replied, oh, cool, yeah. I was in a band, and, we played at about the same time, and I know those guys pretty well. Do you have a favorite guy? Do you have a favorite, he wouldn't say it that way. He said, do you have a favorite band member? I kind of looked at him and went, okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to marry John Taylor. That's my plan. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work that out just yet, but that is the goal, so, yeah. And he said, oh, cool, yeah, John Taylor. He's a good guy. He's one of my best friends. And I looked at him and went, what are you trying to pull? I mean, whatever, dude, okay? And he said, Elizabeth, do you know who I am? I said, yeah, you're my manager at a record store. Whatever. And he walked me over to the pop section, because, the new wave wasn't a new wave section, it was pop. He pulled out Kings of the Wild Frontier, showed me the back of it, and he said, that's me. And I had to go, oh my God, wait, why are you my manager? That's a whole nother story. Yeah, turns out he's a record store manager in Costa Mesa. So anyway, yeah. So he said, when Duran Duran comes to town, we'll go together. I'll take you backstage. I'll introduce you. Oh my God. Forgetting, of course, that his wife at the time was, best way to describe it is the jealous type, and that doesn't even begin to describe yeah. So we all got fired for, well, no, actually we all got fired for the same reason. We got fired one at a time, Terry being the first one to get fired, because they had noticed, okay, tangent. They had noticed, the corporate office had noticed that there was a lot of internal theft occurring. How they realized this, I will never know. So they told Carol, the manager, to get rid of her staff one by one in order to figure out who the thief was and to stop the theft. Okay, great. So Terry goes. Then she fires. I think I was next. I think my friend Joanne and I were next. We got fired together because we were best friends. So I guess Carol thought that would be fine to pull us into the room. You know the reason she gave me for being fired? This is what she told me. Swear to God. She said, "You're having too much fun on the job and not enough work is getting done. You're enjoying your job a little too much." Right. It's a record store. So, anyway, because work was getting done. But, okay, so cut to 6 months later, maybe. It's 1984. And Duran Duran came to town. So I said, well, okay, let's get this ring finger. Let's get this prepped. Because I'm ready. I'm ready. Called up Terry Lee. His wife answers the phone. And she says, "Oh, he's really busy right now, but I'll tell him you called." And I said, "Okay, well, Duran Duran's in town. They're only doing 2 concerts, so, we said we'd go together, and he'd introduce me to John Taylor. So, I just want to make sure, when we can figure this out." And she said, "Oh, we're already going together, so I don't know when you're going to go, but yeah, and we're going on the night of my birthday, so Simon's going to sing happy birthday to me in the middle of the whole concert. Isn't that cool? Okay, well, I'll tell Terry you called. Okay, bye." She is the reason I am not married to John Taylor today. Yes, I do blame her. So, cut to 20-some years later, I'm on MySpace. I get in touch with my old best friend Joanne, which is fabulous enough. As a joke, I sent her a message saying, she redid her page to an Adam and the Ants page because apparently she's still a freak about Adam and the Ants, which is fine. And so as a joke, I said, "Hey, what about that drummer guy?" And she writes me back, says, "Oh, he's got a page on MySpace, he's in a band," and I look him up. And I thought, how cool is that? Okay, so he's back, he's a drummer, he's in a band. And I just put in a request to add him to my list of friends. And this morning I log on. I know it's much funnier to me than anybody else. Sorry, I was trying to make this not totally self-indulgent, but anyway. And the song I have on my MySpace page is Sex Bomb by Tom Jones. Bitchin' song if you don't know it.
You know what you are? You are sex bomb, sex bomb. Yeah. You're a sex bomb. You can give it to me when I need to come along.
And there's just one comment by Terry Lee. It says, "Sex Bomb, great track, cool avatar pic, X." I just think that's the greatest thing ever. I think that's so funny. I don't think he knows that it's me from back then, so I think I need to tell him. I just had to share that, and it was going to be really brief and just short and cute and funny, and it just didn't end up that way. But you know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to edit it that much. Not that much. All right. Bye.